have ever sat in a meeting with me know that it's usually like an hour long. Let me tell you, about 50% of the people who go through a meeting with me do not end up getting their show because they don't follow through. It's like, oh, it sounds great at first and then it just doesn't happen, or for one reason or another. So that's like close to 160 meetings, 150, 160 meetings. Insane. So thank you all for being here. Name's Chris. Hope you enjoy what we do today. It's about an hour long. It's usually about an hour long. So if you want to stick around, each conversation that we do, usually around 15, 20 minutes long. Who are our guests today, Chris? That's a great question. Well, the first person we have up, his name happens to be a good one. It's a fantastic name. In fact, you could say it's one of the most suave, one of the most elegant, classiest names. We've got Chris up on the show first today. Some other part is in front of his name, whatever, but the important part is his name's Chris. Chronic. He goes by Chronic Chris. We got Chronic Chris on the show today. Who else do we have? We've got, I don't even want to say this name. It just rolls off the tongue terribly. Daddy. That's his name. I didn't pick it. That was the name he picked. When I was like, can he change his name for the show? Can he just get a different name? Can he have a new one? So, his name's Daddy. We're going to invite Daddy in my box tonight. This is a family show. All right, who's our last guest this evening? Our last guest this evening, she happens to have been popular in the 80s. In the 80s, she was super popular. She even had a movie made about her. There was some dude in a castle with a cat. Smurfy is going to be on the show today. So a lot of great streamers, a lot of great personalities coming on this show today. So if you want to kick back, relax, spend 20 minutes. Am I lagging? Can you see me? Can I get a 1 or a 2 in the chat? Is this bearable? Are we like lagging? We're not lagging? Okay, good. All right. So on that note, everyone, once again, welcome to Suited Up. This is a show we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. Our guests today are Chronic Chris, Daddy, and Smurfy. We're going to be joined first on Mr. Chronic Chris. Chronic Chris, if you'll go and request the box, please. Welcome to the show. Now, while we're talking to Chronic Chris, you may notice throughout the entire night that neither he or I will acknowledge your lovely comments or your gifts. And I promise, you could roll a dragon. I will not flinch on you. Test it. I promise. It might. You could do it. You could throw the dragon. I will not acknowledge the dragon. And you will be bitter, and I will feel dead inside. And it's okay. It's good. It's just how it works. It's how we do it on here. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome our first guest of the evening. He happens to have a health condition, which he says is the chronic or something. I don't know. That's why he does it. Welcome to the show, Mr. Chris.
Hello. What's up, Margaret? Thank you. What's up? How are you, Chris?
It's so great to see you, Chris. I'm talking to myself.
I know, right?
Yeah. Maybe I should get my glasses on, and then it can be like a Chris to Chris situation.
I need to get the spiked up hair then.
Is this not enough for you? I tried.
I wish my hair was that nice. Come on now.
Maybe. I don't know. I like what you're doing, but that's enough of that. I see you dressed for the occasion. We always appreciate that. Thank you very much for doing that. Chris, for the people who have not met you, will you please introduce yourself?
Hello, everybody. I am Chronic Chris. If you don't know me, that is my name. More about myself or just my name?
Yeah, I'm bad at my job, so if you could just go ahead and just roll with this. I'm going to try and say as few words as possible.
No, you're good. I just wasn't sure if I had to keep going or not.
Right. No,
I've been on the app technically since November, but I only really started streaming in March. I've been streaming every single day since March 1st. And yeah, I have a little family. I started a family on here called the Chronic Crew. We're pretty small. And got a lot of friends on here. I've grown to meet a great community, a great group of people. And yeah, I love streaming. I'm here all the time. Sometimes I literally don't sleep or eat, which probably isn't good because I'm like a little bit addicted to the app, but in a good way, like it's healthy. And I've definitely built some good relationships and some friends that I think will last a lifetime. So
well, it's like you said, you've got a growing family. We see the baby in your name there. You got a growing streaming family. Congratulations on the new baby streamer person. No, as a streamer though, I know it takes some flexibility to find time to manage. But I hear in real life that you also happen to be specifically very flexible. Is this true?
Yes, I'm actually in school right now. I'm studying social work. So I do have classes on Fridays, so I don't usually stream then. And then, you know, I balance my school and streaming and other stuff. But yeah.
Hey, Chris, that was my segue that you're double jointed. Because you're flexible, right?
I see. Okay.
So let's go back. So Chris, I hear that it takes some flexibility to go live. It's because the hair was had aerodynamics.
Right over my head, just right through my hair.
Right, is good. So Chris, I hear that not only to go live does it take flexibility, but in your own life you are specifically very flexible. Can you tell everyone a little bit about that?
Okay. So, little secret about me. I actually haven't really told anyone. I don't even think my family members know, like on here. But yeah. I'm double jointed in my elbows and my knees, so I can bend them past 80 degrees.
Don't do it. We'll bring it up. If Modbot doesn't get you, I swear I will. Don't shoot. No, Mom. My mom watches this show. Don't do it for her. For her sake, don't do it. Yeah, I'm just saying for her, not for me, obviously.
Okay, so this is like straight.
No. Don't. Where's Modbot?
I'll save the knees. I won't show the knees. I won't show the knees.
No, don't. You gotta be modest out here, showing your knees.
That's my little secret, guys. That's my little
family show. Showing knees out here. Sheesh. Well, I'm gonna suit it up, everyone. My name's Chris.
PG. We'll keep it PG.
We do it PG. My name's Chris Casper. We're currently joined by Chronic Chris. You are locked into an interview with him. Chronic Chris. Okay, we can go back to your schooling though. So you're in school. You're studying, and what are you studying?
I'm studying social service work right now. I'm in college. I'm in my last semester, so I will be graduating in December.
Wow, congratulations on finishing school. Was it something that you thought was going to ever happen? I know for a lot of people, they just don't see that finish line.
I did, but COVID had kind of delayed my plans a little bit because the last part of the course is like a physical placement section where we have to find like an actual clinic or agency to work with. And because of COVID, we couldn't do that. So I tried to defer it to the summer because I thought things would have opened up and they didn't. So I ended up having to do it online, and now I have to do one more course now. Otherwise, I would have graduated in the summer.
Got it. So what's the plan? I mean, what you're graduating in is a little specific. Is it something that you anticipate carrying? Are you going to further your education, or do you want to try and immediately get to the workforce?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not a huge school person. Like, it kills me inside, but I just I wanted the credentials to be the type of therapist that I want to be. But if it's not necessary, no, I can't do any more school. But it depends on exactly the credentials on where exactly the kind of field I'm looking in, because I either want to be like a mental health counselor or an addictions counselor or a marriage counselor. So it's like all over the place.
Any specific reason why those fields interest you?
For mental health, I just feel like I've always been an advocate for mental health, and I have a lot of friends that struggled with it in high school and stuff like that, and they would always come to me with like advice and stuff like that. And then kind of the same thing with relationship advice. Like, people always would ask me that type of advice. I don't know why I was so kind of knowledgeable in it, because I hadn't really been in that many, but it always worked, and people would either end up together or not end up together based off my advice most of the time. So yeah, I just thought that I could either be in one of those two fields. I really like helping people.
Yeah. Well, I think you're in the right line of education then. Sounds like it play out. We did talk about some of your streaming. When did you initially start again with your streaming?
Okay, so it's kind of complicated. Technically, I started November of last year, but I only streamed for a month, and it wasn't serious. It was like 20-minute streams here and there. And then I actually left the app. I deleted it for 2 months, and I didn't plan on coming back. And then in March, something happened with one of the jobs I had because of COVID. So I was unemployed. And because I was stuck at home, I was like, I remember that Meet Me app. Let me try streaming on it again. Yeah. And it was literally 50K when I started on March 1st. And every day I was grinding since then. Like, I think there was one day I missed since March 1st that I didn't stream.
What changed for you? What changed for you when you came back that it was only something you wanted to do casually before? Was it just COVID and you wanted to make connections and meet people?
I think it was partially that because I was more isolated at home, that school was shut down and stuff like that. But also it was kind of just like I wanted to expand and see. I live in Toronto, right? I live in Canada, and there's a lot of toxic people down here a lot of the times, and it's just like I just want to meet. Sometimes I just want to meet people from around the world, meet Americans, whatever. And so when my friend showed me this app, I was like, you know, I would love to travel the world and visit different countries. So if I have friends there, that would be even cooler to hear about them and get advice on different places to travel and make friends around the
Yeah.
world. So that was kind of my goal on here.
Yeah. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. This is Chronic Chris. We're learning a little bit about his life as a streamer. In streams, you know, we need our defenders. People use bouncers and they can kick people out. I heard in real life, though, that you have the ability to kick some people around. What's the deal with that? What's the deal with that?
Yeah, so when I was 8 years old, my mom put me in karate and I was stuck in it for 11 years. I think about halfway through is when I started to lose interest in it and not really like it that much. And then it became more of like a force thing, like she would not let me quit. I was like,
Wow.
oh, but it was good for me. Like, you know, I was being physically fit and, you know, I wasn't being lazy all the time because I was in high school. So for me, I think it was good to get that physical activity as a teenager and stuff like that. But yeah, and then actually, thanks to COVID, that's the only reason I'm not in karate anymore because it closed down and it switched to like online. And I told my mom, I'm not doing online karate. That is pointless. I'm sorry.
Wait a second.
Like, I don't even see what the point. Like, what am I supposed to punch the air?
Chronic
Like,
Chris, did you say you're a senior in college and you're like, Mom, it's taking COVID for me to tell you no? Like, is that what it took, Chris?
and the funny thing is, she was paying every month. So I was like, why do you even want to pay for something that I'm suffering in? Like,
Wow. Dude, I think she had other dreams for you. She's like, yeah, you can go and try and go to school or whatever, but I have other plans. You got to be a
yeah, I
ninja.
have very different ideas for my
Yeah. What's your discipline? Because there's many disciplines. Karate is karate, or am I off base here?
Yeah, it is karate, and it's funny that you mentioned discipline because that was her main reason for putting me in it. She wanted me to gain some discipline.
Oh,
Yeah.
were you a ruffian?
A little bit. She figured I was just very distracted all over the place, and I needed somewhere to have an outlet and occupy my free
Wow.
time, you know.
Wow. So you seem like a pretty stand-up guy. You even wore a tie to this conversation. I can't imagine you causing a ruckus. I can't.
It suited up. I had to suit up. Come on.
Well, I appreciate it. I appreciate that. So Chronic Chris, you've been streaming now for a little bit. You said you had 51 when you came back, or 50 when you came to the app. How are you doing now? Are you hitting goals? You're doing things consistently? What's the vision?
Yes, I've actually, the support, like September specifically, my support has been amazing. I've had like more than ever. I mean, without getting into too much specifics, like the whole summer I had one goal of just trying to hit a 300K week, and I couldn't do it the whole summer. I would always get very close, but I could never hit it. And then first week of September, someone took my 4 milli, and then once I hit 4 milli, I don't know, things just changed. Like I think while I had made more friends through other people and stuff like that, and next thing I know, I was getting like, forget 300, I was getting 400K weeks, and I was like, wow, I'm really I just, you know, beat my goals. And then one week, thanks to Dalvin specifically, I had almost a milli week, and that was the best week I ever had.
Wow.
Yeah, I was at 914. But ever since then, yeah, I've just been having good weeks, and I've been supporting a lot of people on here. I just got my purple VIP a couple days ago. So I definitely do support those that support me. I showed love back, and I'm grateful for everyone that's got me here. Dalvin again just took my 6.5 today, and I am having my party on Saturday, but it was a 5 milli party, but now it's a 5/6.
6. Wow, because you're just clearing these goals so fast. So what has you so inspired? What has you so inspired? Why? Because some people get caught up in making friends, some people get caught up in making diamonds. It sounds like to me you were really invested in the friend aspect of it. Do you feel like now that you're getting such a gain in the monetary aspect that it's challenging you as a streamer? Do you feel like it's changing you as a streamer? Do you feel like it all fits right?
Yes and no, because I always tell my friends, like, I still make time and I verse my friends all the time, every day, even though I have a lot more new support. I always verse my OGs, my friends that have been there with me since day one. We'll talk for hours when I'm streaming. And I do make a lot of time to go and visit streams and, you know, hang out in people's streams and whatever. but I found it is a lot harder just for the fact that I've gotten more support quickly, that like it's a lot more people's streams to visit. You know what I'm saying? And then people are on at different times and I'm on a lot of the time. So it's hard to catch people. So that's been the one thing that's been hard for me, but I actually just got a proper second device yesterday. So I'm a little bit gonna be better with that kind of thing. But I definitely say that it's been a bit of a challenge, but I love challenges. So it's definitely fun to keep me on my toes and try to make sure I visit this person and this person. Sometimes I literally print out a list of, this is really extra, but I print out a list of people's streams I haven't visited in a while, or friends that I haven't talked to, and I'll make sure that I make them a priority that week. Or sometimes I'll just make a week strictly for versing people that I met from fave parties that I haven't talked to.
Wow. So there's a lot of strategy. These grandpa streamers like me, back in my day, we didn't have these fave parties. We didn't do this kind of stuff. It sounds like it's pretty cutthroat. That you really
try a lot of strategizing. It helps. It has helped me to where I am today. I definitely say that my organization is a part of that. I do have to take a bit of credit for that. Yeah.
Wow. Well, we could probably talk all day, but I don't want to hold you up. I know that you're probably itching to get out of Thai. Any last things while you're in this box that's either important to you, you want to plug? I know you've got some auctions and things like that coming up. Any last things you'd like to plug, talk about?
Well, not specific. Well, I do have a little battle royale I'm hosting starting tomorrow till Saturday. It is an animal gift battle royale. We got some bigger people in it. We got Miss Pretty Young Thing, Dalvin, Skylight, who got me on the show today. Shout out to her. And we got a couple other people on it. So I'm excited for that. And it's going to go until Saturday. And then I'm having my 5 and 6 milli party. And that's about it. October 16th, you guys can catch me on Role Model Fresh's Acting Up.
Cool. You know, having a party for hitting a milli milestone or whatever, it's such a genius idea. Like, get gifted for getting gifted. It's perfect. It's just, and then it's like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And then you get gifted into the next one and you celebrate getting gifted to that one. I love it. It's genius. It's so smart. All right. Chris, it's been awesome to get to know you. If you have not favorited Chris, make sure that you do. And I'm not talking about this one. I'm talking about that one, the one with the glasses. Give that one a favorite. He's a fantastic guy. He's celebrating a lot of things. He likes pets. He's doing a pet thing. I think there's a guy in the comments probably who knows a thing or two about pets. So make sure you're hitting the favorite. Thank you so much for being on the show today, Chris.
Thank you, Chris. It was an honor. Have a good night.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. Chronic Chris. Chris in the building. Thank you for being on the show. My name's Chris. As I just said, it's so wonderful to see you. This is Suit Up. We do this every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. Almost every Wednesday. I didn't do it last week because last week on a Wednesday, I went to a concert. I did. What concert do you think I went to? What concert does Chris Casper go to on a Wednesday? Just take a guess. On the show, we still have some other people. We have Daddy coming on. We also have Smurfy coming on the show. So make sure that you check them out. You got to stick around. These conversations are about getting to know the up-and-comers, the people who are making waves on the platform. Or sometimes they're just people who are relatively interesting. Maybe they could be your new best friend. So stick around. Get to know them. While you're here, if you want to, only if you want to, you can hit my name, and my name links to my Instagram. And I heard a rumor that we've almost crossed 100,000 followers on Instagram. Almost 100,000. Now, if I get a number check, if you want to just go up there and hit it, you can tell me how close we are because we're almost there. It's plus or minus a little bit, but when you go there and you'll know for sure. So I'm at 200,000 followers now. It's incredible. This is perfect. In the meantime, while we're waiting for that to happen, our next person, he calls himself Daddy, and we're gonna find out why. So at this time, Daddy, if you'd like to go ahead and request the box while he's in this box, everyone, remember, we do not talk about the gifts. But I will acknowledge some gifters right now, actually. Before we say that, let's shout out to the top 5 so far of the stream. A big shout out to Nate Diesel, More Miserable, The Idol, DJ NorCal, and Mordred, More Dryad. It's in cursive. I can't read it. It's non-searchable font. I can't even read it. I'm blind. I am blind to non-searchable text. Ladies and gentlemen, our second guest of the evening, Mr. Daddy.
Let's go. What up, Chris? How are you?
It's fantastic to see you. Welcome to the show.
You too. First featured show I've ever been on, so I'm very excited.
Really? Really? Okay. Well, I'm honored for your induction to show content to be here.
Thank you.
I dig the get up too, by the way. The blazer, the V-neck.
I wasn't too sure about a shirt and tie. I was digging the blazer, so I thought I'd give it a crack.
I love it. I love it. The entire outfit, actually, I kind of say that you look like a bit of a poker player almost, with the sunglasses, stuff like that. I don't know. Is that hit home at all?
It does, just a little bit, I might like a bit of poker here and there.
Tell us about it.
So I've played poker. Jesus, I've been playing little home games with mates since I was 16, 17. Then I started to take it a bit more seriously when I could play properly when I was 18 to 20ish. I started a business when I was 21, so it took a lot of time from poker. And then I got really serious about it at about 26. And then in 2019, I quit my job and pursued poker full time and went to America and did a 5-month poker tour of the States. And I fell in love with it. Yeah, it's just the best thing I ever did.
Wow. Hold on. So when you say poker, do you mean poker proper? Or do you mean Texas Hold'em? Is there
Texas Hold'em, yeah.
Texas Hold'em. So
yeah.
When it comes to playing poker, a lot of people go, it's a card game. It's all about luck. Like, how could you be good at that? Does that make your skin crawl if someone says something like that?
It does. And so they're the two things that frustrate me when people say that and when people call me a gambler.
Oh.
Because it's very different. There's a difference between a poker player and a gambler.
Okay. Educate us.
A gambler will always chase their losses, where a poker player is more calculated and they understand when they're behind and they understand when they're not having a good day and they understand when they're outmatched by, might be someone with a better psychology, might be someone who's reading them better, body language. You might not be on point with how you're sitting, how you're looking, all that sort of stuff. So a poker player understands that.
Sure. Okay. How did you know that you had a knack for it? I mean, you were 16. Did you like the thrill of, seeing each other's cards or seeing who's going to win?
Honestly, when I was 16, it was more about getting together with the boys and just having a few beers. And I mean, 21, 20.
Right. And then when you were 20.
But then when I turned 18, I played my first just little pub tournament on my birthday and I won.
Wow.
And yeah, it went from there.
Wow. What is the difference, I guess, from a pro from an amateur when it comes to poker? Because you said you quit your job, you were able to make that leap. What separates the pros from just your everyday Joe?
Look, I guess it's more about being able to pick smaller psychologies of people and being there for the end result. You know what I mean? Like, so you could be in a tournament and you could be on the final table and ninth place could get, let's just use random numbers. Ninth place could get $100,000 and first place could get $1 million. Someone that isn't a professional will be like, 100 grand, absolutely, I'm taking it. And then they just give up. They just get all their chips in and they're like 100 grand. But a pro will always want to be that number one, regardless of what it is, because it's not just the money in poker, it's the status as well.
Mm-hmm.
You do, yeah, fantastic. You get the money, but you get that people start knowing who you are and people want to start coming to games where you're playing and people want to start playing against you and all that sort of stuff.
Wow. So it's a little bit of pride on there. Pride riding as well.
Absolutely.
Notoriety. Very cool.
Yeah.
What, I guess, and I'd love to talk about your entrepreneurship too. I don't want to overlook that, but we're on just such a roll with this poker conversation. When you came to the States, did that change for you? Did your game change? Were the players different here?
Immensely changed. So I came to the States being a tournament player and I left the States being a high stakes cash game player.
Wow. What's the difference?
Well, cash game is real money. Every chip has a monetary value.
Okay.
And it's more, cash is more money in a shorter amount of time. whereas a tournament can last 3 days, and you could or could not even get to the cash side of things. So that's probably the biggest difference with cash and tournament. But with cash, there is a lot more risks. With tournaments, it's a lot more calculated. But with cash, you see people's body language and reactions and a lot more, because it is real money sitting in front of them.
Yeah, it's a little more jarring. If you have ever had some interest in learning the way around a poker table, this might be your conversation. We're talking dead right now. It's Suited Up every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Let me understand this. So it's high stakes. When have you ever had a moment? I shouldn't say when. Have you ever had a moment where you were sweating it, where you thought, wow, I've got a lot on this table here right now. What am I doing?
Absolutely. Sometimes you look down at your chips. There's times where I've bought in for $300, and which is fairly small. Like, that's actually quite small. And I've been playing for 16 hours, and I look down at the table at my chips, and I'm just like, okay, I'm on a really good run here. There's so much money in front of me. I can just get up and go. But then you just see new people keep coming, and you're like, you know what? Let me assess this person and see what they're like. But yeah, there are times where I'm like, you know what? There's so much here. I got to pack it up and go. I'm good.
Yeah. And again, within your comfortability, we're always curious if you're talking about high stakes, high dollar amount. What has been one of your best days, or have you had a particular hand that was memorable where you put in and it didn't go the way that you thought it was going to go, or maybe it went better than you thought it was going to go?
I've had many memorable hands, good and bad. The highest I've ever done was a $10,000 buy-in at the Bellagio in Vegas.
That's just a buy-in.
That was the buy-in, yeah. So that was to sit down at the table.
Just to sit down.
Yes.
It's different.
No, I didn't get to play the World Series of Poker is my dream. That is my absolute dream. Yeah. I turned pro at the worst possible time, because I turned pro in 2019. I came back home to Australia. I sold everything, packed everything up to move to America, and 2 weeks later, they locked the country down.
Yeah. Oh man. Are you coming back? Are you coming back is the question.
Yeah, so my goal is to move to Nashville, Tennessee. I made amazing friends over there, so I absolutely cannot wait to get back there and see them all again.
Wow. Well, I could talk poker all day. I love poker myself. So secretly, this is a very interesting conversation for me. But entrepreneurship, that's also interesting, because you said at the age of 21, you started a business.
Yeah, I started a small commercial construction company.
Okay.
Which was just slow at the beginning. And I was wondering if I wanted to keep going with it or not. And there was actually a point there where I said to myself, I'm going to give myself 6 months to improve the business, or I was offered a job in the Navy as an aeronautical engineer, or I'm going to take the job in the Navy. And then 2 days after my meeting with the Navy, I got an email from Microsoft asking me to do their rollout in all the electronic stores in Australia. And that from there, it just took off.
So what is your background? Did you go to school for something like this, or did you study?
I left school when I was 14, 15 years old. And then during that time, I did my diploma in agriculture and animal science. And I also did my apprenticeship in building and construction.
Wow. And for the record, this just went over my head. You're still currently in Australia?
I am, yes. Yeah, I'm in Brisbane in Queensland.
What time is it for you right now?
It's currently 11:33 a.m.
Okay, that's not as brutal as I thought. I thought it was like especially brutal time. Okay, thank you for having a moment.
That's why I was so excited to come on the show, because it's actually a time that we can, like, there's so many shows that we can't get to because it's so early in the morning for us. Yeah. You know, even like the rundown is at 5 a.m. on a Saturday morning. So it's so difficult to get, and we really want to get there, but it's, you know, we wake up and we're just like, oh.
Well, we may or may not, and I'm going to spoil. You know what? We're going to save it. Stay tuned to the end of this show episode. I'm going to spoil something special that we're going to talk about potentially on Friday. I'm not going to say specifically what, They're probably panicking now that I just said that. Okay, speaking of those streams, that kind of stuff, what got you into live streaming? I imagine traveling, doing poker, work, all these things, they take up a lot of time. How did you find yourself in this space?
So I actually know, so Cuddles and I are best friends off the app. We actually live together in the same house.
Okay.
And one day I was on Plenty of Fish and I went to the live section and I went to the nearby and Cuddles was the very first one. Millie's in the comments there. She was the very first one on my.
I don't know who Cuddles is. I have no idea why we would ever reference that.
And I'm like, and I clicked on her stream and I went in there and she it took her about 10 minutes to realize who I was. And she started showing me, you know, different streams, and I met some people, and I probably didn't stream for about a month. I just went in and I met so many people. Funnily enough, I met more Americans and people from the UK than Australians.
Mhm.
And then I decided to start streaming, and I fell in love with it. I think it's fantastic. I've met so many amazing people.
Yeah. From your perspective, because you know we meet a lot of different people on this platform. You come from strategic gaming. You come from tech background. What do you feel appeals? And then you can speak broadly to people, or you can speak just for yourself. What do you think connects with people when it comes to something like this?
I think if you're not a streamer and you're just coming on, it's more of, especially in the times at the moment where everyone is so isolated, it's that it is just that conversation to start with, and just meeting new people and being able to just sit there with a voice in the background sometimes, because it is actually really personable, regardless of a screen. Is really personable. But then I think as you start understanding the app, you realize there's more to it, and you start getting reactions of people when you drop a rose, or when you see someone, you know, gifting, or you see someone that gets in a box that person hasn't seen in such a long time, which is something I'm experiencing at the moment. So many people are coming back that I haven't seen in so long. Same. And even I notice my reactions, and I'm just like, oh my God, I haven't, like you become so close with these people. And yeah, that's I think that's the most appealing part, is more the reaction side of things, and the personability part. But yeah, when you start understanding it more, and you know, you either become a VIP, or you set yourself a goal to become a top badge, or whatever it is, I think that's the most relatable part to the app.
Yeah, wow. I think those are some pretty good reasons. Making connections with people. I always put that as a wild guess of why people start to get invested in this. How about you? I mean, do you consider yourself to be a streamer? Are you more of a viewer? If so,
I'm definitely a streamer. I'm definitely a streamer. I've been streaming 7 months now. I've just applied for Top Badge 3 days ago.
Wow, congratulations.
Yeah, so I'm definitely a streamer. I consider myself a gifter as well. I'm a level 55, and I think I only started gifting about 5 months ago. So I think that's not too bad.
Oh, great.
But yeah, I love getting around to everyone's streams. I think the hardest part with being a streamer is you stream for so many hours, that once you get off, you sort of just want just alone time. And it's hard. It's always hard to get to everyone's streams, but we try. We do our best. And
definitely. If you're tuning in right now, everyone, this is Daddy. He's a streamer, pro poker player.
I'm awesome. Considering name change, by the way.
You are.
Yeah.
Did you talk to someone who may have heard from another person that they have opinions about names? I mean, I heard maybe if you're that close of a proximity of someone, could you hear the conversation?
I have been considering it. Nick Style is someone I'm really close to on the app, and we've been talking about it a little bit. So yeah, I'm definitely considering it.
It wasn't me who brought it up. You're saying I'm not the Grinch. I promise you, I'm not the Grinch.
It's all good. It's all good. I think I'll keep the daddy maybe miniature in there somewhere. We'll see how it goes.
Oh no! All right, great, so good. There's a lot of things we could talk about. We've talked a little bit about some of what your professional, personal life is. But do you have any other hobbies or things that you do off of the app? You said sometimes you got to get away. How do you get away?
Yeah, so I love. I found a hobby about I'd say about a year ago. I love collecting old vinyl records. So anything from the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, Frank Sinatra, Nat King Cole, like all the when music was amazing. I love Lego. So Legos. So I love Star Wars. Star Wars is a big thing one. So I like to.
Very cool.
I love Lego. So I want to build all the Star Wars Lego heads. If anyone in my stream knows me, they know that I love Star Wars.
You are going to need to win a lot of poker tournaments because I don't know if you see the price on Legos.
It's so
Legos are expensive.
That's nearly $100. Like just for
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like Legos are surprisingly expensive.
Yeah, absolutely. But I love it. It's good. It's therapeutic. I don't build anymore. I'm not a builder. It's good just to keep my hands working and that sort of stuff. But
For sure.
yeah.
For sure. Well, make sure that you hit the favorite button on Daddy, soon to be not Daddy name potentially. This is Suit Up. We do it every Wednesday at 9. Conversations with your favorite streamers or soon to be favorite streamers. Let us know. I mean, is there anything else going on that you'd like to plug, talk about while we've got you here?
No, I've just had the week where I should be plugging. We just had a battle on Saturday, Friday for America, which we won, which is awesome.
Nice.
I'm building my own little Plunko that's going to go in the stream, which is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, we've just had a week, like a huge week, so it's been good. But yeah, I don't have anything to plug at the moment. I'll be getting back into a few things over the next few weeks, so for sure.
I mean, you can share anything that you'd like really about yourself. If there's any last things you'd like people to know, or maybe give them a reason to favorite you outside of the reasons we've discussed, the floor is yours.
Reason to favorite me. We do not allow drama in the stream. Nobody gets kicked unless there's bullying, racism, all that sort of stuff. Everyone is welcome. We don't care where you're from, what you look like. We love everybody, and it's good to just have conversations with people from everywhere. We have I think the best part about my stream is that we do have such a wide range of people from all over the world. It's not just people from Australia. So everyone's got something in common with everyone. There's a few people in here that have come to support, which is awesome. I appreciate it. But yeah, that's about it. We just cruise along. We have some fun. We play some games. We might do some trivia, emoji games, all that sort of stuff. So
very cool. Very cool. Well, make sure you're hitting the favorite button on. He's Daddy. He's got the cool streams. He's got the good vibes. He's got the good energy. Make sure you stop by. Thank you so much for being on the show, sir.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Cheers, cheers, cheers. My name's Chris Casper. So great to see you. Welcome to the show. If it's your first time here, I'm happy you're here. And if it's your 400th time here, I've got some questions because I don't know if I've done that many shows. But this is a show that we do every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern time. We bring on your favorite streamers or soon to be favorite streamers. We've already talked today with Chronic Chris. We just got done talking with Daddy. So he's a cool guy, playing some poker, he's got the chips or whatever. Don't go anywhere because we still have yet to be joined by Smurfy. Now, if you have any ideas for this show, like, hey, like do something different for once, give me a suggestion. Hit my name. There's a link directly to my Instagram. The Instagram is where you can potentially get ignored by me. Or not. Who knows? Rumor has it sometimes I reply. Who knows? I'm not sure. But go ahead and give it a try. You can check up there. It's great. It's good. And who knows? We just may become best friends ever. Who knows? It could happen. Again, every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Now, I did tease that we're going to talk about something on the rundown this Friday that people have been wanting to hear about. If you watch the rundown or have been thinking about watching the rundown, make sure that you watch this Friday. Probably Thursday, I'm going to post like a big warning. Make sure you don't miss this Friday because this Friday we're going to do something special. We have a very big announcement this Friday. I hope they don't push it. See, this is why I don't get to say things early because then it doesn't happen when I say it's going to happen and I get in trouble. So look at me. I'm the one who did it. Let's shout out the people who have gifted so far this evening. The top 5. We've got Mordred coming in at number 5. More Misery coming in at number 4. We got DJ NorCal coming in at number 3. second, Miss Alien Eve, and then first, I think he's probably been, or she, Gold. I have no idea. I've not met Gold. Gold, thank you so much, because I think you've been the boss of the week for like the past 900 years or something close to it. I'm not sure. I try, it's close, somewhere around to 900 or 800 years. Anyway, thank you so much to Gold. Thank you so much to everyone who's gifted so far. And to anyone who's hit the favorite button or sent a follow over, we do appreciate it. Again, everyone, our third guest this evening, coming to the box. She should be sleeping right now, but she made the choice to stay up and hang out to talk with all of you. Our third guest of the evening, Smurfy. What's up, Smurfy? I'm doing well. Oh, you look very awake, like you're very full. Did you have a cup of coffee or something?
Different accents across the UK, whether it's Scottish, Welsh, Northern England, Southern England, but I'm Southern. So I speak slightly slower.
Okay.
And we have more pauses, I'd say, in between our words. The further north you go, they speak a lot quicker.
I wonder if there's any similarity between a Southern accent in the United States and a Southern British accent. In fact,
I think there's some.
Maybe. You said
similarities. They do tend to speak a lot slower.
Yeah. So I would say yes. The answer is yes. So Smurfy, welcome to the show. I know that you're talented in many ways. Some of them includes the arts. Are you an artist in any sort of way? Would you consider yourself to be one?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. It's just something I do to pass the time and to de-stress from work. Yeah, I just like to paint. It's a relatively new thing. I started early this year, but yeah, I really enjoy it.
Well, pause, because I was like, hey, segue here. And you're like, no, I don't do that. Well, yes, I do. I'm just not good at it. You're a painter? You're a painter?
I dabble here and there.
You dabble in the, with your paintbrush, right?
With the paintbrush.
You dabble in the paint. Love it. What got you started painting?
It was somebody that was a streamer that was painting on their stream that I just happened to come across. And I thought, and they were talking about how it's a good de-stressor. So I thought, let me give it a go. So I bought one of them sort of childish £5 packs to give a go. And I just started really enjoying it. It's a great escape. I work in corporate, so it's really good to switch off and just see what happens when I paint.
What does a super stressed out Smurfy paint? Because if you're like, yeah, it's therapeutic, I'm imagining like fires with explosions, like, yeah. Or you're like painting daffodils and sunflowers.
I'm mainly painting sunsets.
Okay, perfect.
And very relaxed and calm. I do all my stressful stuff at work. I get my stress out there.
Okay. I mean, do you have any of these paintings laying around? Can we see one?
I did bring one just in case you might happen to ask. So this is.
That is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. So this is this one is watercolor, but I also do acrylic as well. But
what
yeah,
are you talking about? You're not very good at it.
Well, I see some other people's and they're fire.
No, comparison is the thief of joy. And you just started like this year, right? That's so cool. I mean, that's so cool. I wish I could wake up and be like, wow, I happen to be fantastic at this thing that I had no idea that I could be fantastic at. That's so cool.
It's a little bit like color by numbers. I look at YouTube and I sit there and they tell me what to do and I just do it. So I'm not taking all the credit for this.
Okay. Well, you should, and you can just keep that last part a secret as far as I'm concerned.
We'll cut that out.
What are you doing that's got you so stressed out? You're like, I gotta hit the paintbrush. Like tonight, watercolors. What's going on at work that you gotta do that?
I work in corporate. I manage multiple millions of pounds a year. I'm a procurement manager for a global car manufacturer, so it's very intense. It's non-stop, and yeah, it's very, very stressful. But I love it, and I'm good at it. So
when you say multiple millions of pounds, for us people not in the UK, do you mean like dollars, or do you mean at the weight?
So pounds, I think, so I manage about 550 million pounds, which is about, I think, close to $800 million, US dollars. So it's pretty stressful.
I think you need to get a second paintbrush, Smurfy. Get another paintbrush.
Double painting.
You can, you know what? You can upgrade to an espresso machine. You can skip the coffee. You earned it. What are you? $800 million.
That's a lot.
What is going on with that? Are these like jets or something? Like what? Private jets?
Ships or trucks or buildings or land, or there's multiple different categories that I manage.
Oh my goodness. I get stressed out if you know, I accidentally like carry the one over wrong. I can only imagine like with you. That's crazy. What got you into this line of work? Is it something you always known you wanted to do, is just be a person that had a lot of responsibility?
Absolutely not. So I started working in a warehouse on a help desk when I was like 18.
Mm-hmm.
And then I worked my way up to a national customer services manager, and then we were made redundant. The business went bust. So I signed on with an agency and I started going around looking for another job, and I happened to come across one with an airline on a short-term contract, paying really trash money. But it was in procurement. I didn't even know what procurement meant. I had to Google it at the time. And yeah, since then it just took off, and I've developed quite significantly, in particular the last 10 years, I'd say. I've been just over 10 years in procurement, and yeah, I love it.
Wow.
It's wonderful job.
Well, there's a glove for everyone. If it fits, it fits. I would be painting all the time if I was doing what you were doing. So congrats on being that person. What else do you do in your non-work life? Because we know that you paint, you like to stream, obviously. We'll get to that in just a moment. Do you have any other hobbies, things that you enjoy doing?
I'm massively into self-development, so I love reading. I love reading self-help books and learning about myself, and I love psychology, and I'm studying to be a counselor currently. So yeah, anything that I can develop and have a different outlook on life. I'm quite a positive person, but I was never always that way. I was quite negative when I was younger, through things that happened in my life. And I think once I found the law of attraction and about being positive, it really did turn my life around.
Wow.
So yeah, anything that's self-development where I can learn more about myself and be the best version I can be, I'm all into.
I hear one of the secrets to self-development is to make sure that they're hitting the favorite button on Smurfy.
Absolutely.
So hit the favorite button on Smurfy, everyone. This is Suit Up. We do it every Wednesday, 9 p.m. Currently joined by she herself. Self-development books. I hear there's a negative stigma around self-help, you know, that term self-help or self-development. What do you think of that? Is a negative stigma fair for that genre of book?
I think it can be. I think you need to take what resonates and leave what doesn't. I think if you can become obsessed with it if you take everything so literally. And so I think you just need to find your areas you need to work on, or what you think you need to work on, and focus on them, and don't get too caught up in all of it, because it can then turn into a bit like conspiracy theories and all that stuff. So yeah, just focus and take what resonates.
Definitely. Where's a good starting point? You know, someone's like, well, okay, I'll give it a shot. Where would you recommend they give it a shot?
The Secret by Rhonda Byrne.
The Secret by WandaVision.
By Rhonda Byrne.
Rhonda Byrne. WandaVision.
I'll type it
Rhonda who?
Byrne. B-Y-R-N-E.
Got it. All right. What's the secret? What's the secret about? I've heard of the Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants.
I haven't heard of that one.
It's not a maybe it's a self-help. Comments, help. It's a book. I know it's a book. What is the secret about?
So The Secret teaches you about the law of attraction, and you get back what you put out. So if you're constantly negative, you're going to have negativity. If you're constantly moaning you're late for work, you're always going to be late for work. If you think differently and change your mindset, you can achieve anything in your life.
Okay. I think that seems a good summary. So that definitely sounds like a good starting point. What are you reading right now? Are you on a book right now?
So I'm on a few books right now. So I'm reading The Chimp Paradox is a really powerful one, but I keep putting it down and picking it back up. So I'm trying to set myself some smart objectives to make sure I finish it. That's the main one I'm reading at the moment. And then The Secret brought out a new book called The Greatest Secret. So I've just started reading that as well.
Oh, so The Secret, is it like a pseudonym?
It's a 4-part. The Secret comes in 4 different books, and then they've done sort of a roundup book at the end.
Wow.
More to follow.
They really figured out how to monetize
They
that.
really did.
Congratulations to The Secret. They're like, you know, that first book worked out kind of well. Let's
Yeah.
give it sequels. Let's give it
Multiple.
sequels. Perfect. Okay, well, I like it. My favorite personal development book, the one that I started out with, was How to Win Friends and Influence People. That was my first one. Happens to be one of my favorites to this day.
Yeah, great book. I've been on the course as well. Great course.
Carnegie, the Carnegie course.
No, it was literally called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
Oh, very cool. Very cool. Well, let's shift gears here for a second, because I think we're already getting an idea of what would be involved in one of your streams. Maybe a little personal development, some advice, or some thoughtfulness. But what turned you to streaming? How did you get started?
So my friend at work, who was my boss at the time, told me about Live Feature, and when he described it, I thought, this sounds like something I wouldn't be interested in. And he's like, just do it. Just come on. I'm going to go live tonight. Come on. And so I went on, and he was streaming in his living room with the phone really close to his face, just staring in the opposite direction. And I sat there thinking, well, this is boring. Why am I here?
Yeah.
And then people started coming in, and I started saying hello to people, like, welcome, how are you? And then the conversation just started flowing. I thought, actually, there's more to this than I originally thought.
Sure.
And then I went the following day to grand finale stream, and he was doing morning motivation, and that was for me what really opened my eyes to what the world of streaming is, and this whole almost underground world that I didn't even know existed.
Yeah.
I found some other people through his stream and other streams, and I started visiting streams and just saw there's so much here, and it's so amazing. And then I started meeting amazing people, and I've made some wonderful friends, and I have a huge network of friends. I don't have a family for that reason, because I rock with so many people, and I want to keep it that way. But yeah, I just realized there's this whole underground world that I didn't even know existed that I love.
And it was your boss that showed you?
It was my boss. Yeah, he left the app not long after I joined the app.
So you probably scared him off because you were crushing it. He was like, all right, I'm kind of mad about this.
So I done a topic stream, which was, I didn't get a promotion at work, and I wanted to do it as a topic stream at how do you deal with rejection. I thought, well, I'm going to block him because I don't want him to come in. And then he left.
Well, you're like, thanks for the streaming motivation. This is, wow, that's so crazy. And now you're crushing it. You're crushing as a streamer. You're enjoying it. You're doing this thing. Yeah, definitely hit the favorite on Smurfy here. What do you do in your streams then? So obviously, you know, you talked about what you saw him doing and what got you interested, but what do you currently do?
So I do many things, and we have a lot of content. So since February, I've been doing quiz night, which is super, super fun, and everybody enjoys it, and everybody's welcome to join in. There's no buy-in or anything like that. It's just for fun. On a Wednesday, I normally do a topic stream. On a Friday, we do In Your Feelings Friday. So anyone can come along, request a song, we'll mime it out, we'll have some fun. I'm on episode 5 of Biz Smarts with Smurfy, which is 4 p.m. Eastern on a Saturday. I'm just waiting for my banner to come through, so I'm really, really excited about that. And then I do Sunday.
What? I don't know anything about that.
I'm just thinking that. And then I do Wake Up With Me, Soul Sunday. So just Wake Up With Me, 7 a.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So we have, I post it all on Instagram, so you can follow me on Instagram. I'm always posting on there what we've got going on.
Smurfy's gonna go like, all right, whatever that Chris Casper was on Suit Up was not the guy in that meeting. It's like me in a hoodie, like typing away while Ella's like doing
I
her
had no
thing.
makeup on, my hair in a pineapple. I think I felt way worse than you did.
Yeah, no, I'm so happy that this version of me is what people get to know. And what would you say for yourself? I had a point to what I was saying there. Is that, do you find yourself differentiating between your corporate Smurfy versus your stream Smurfy, or are they kind of merging into one and the same?
I'd say they're merging into one and the same. I have to be very different at work. I can't be, we're very nice in my stream, and similar to Daddy, we don't tolerate everything that he said we don't tolerate, whether it's directed at me or anyone in the comments. You know, we do exit that because we don't want any drama. We just want a happy, fun, entertaining stream. But yeah, I think they merge somewhat, but I'm definitely more strict and less nice at work because I'm a negotiator by trade and I'm not supposed to be nice.
Do you mean to tell me while you're at work, you're not yelling at people, thank you for the wheel? Like, it's not.
No, I'm not screaming, thank you for the coffee.
Let's go. You're at lunch just screaming at people, thank you for the roses. It's great. It's perfect. I love it. Smurfy, there's so many things we could talk about. I don't want to end the conversation soon. So while we're here, anything that you would like to share that's important to you, the floor is yours. Anything that you'd like to talk about?
Just please come to my show on Saturdays. I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful stream in terms of the feature. I have amazing people that are on it that share their entrepreneurial journey and how they got to be business owners. And we get an insight into what motivates them, what inspires them, and what keeps them going day to day. So it's a great way to give a platform for something slightly different other than streamers, but also they're streamers. So it comes hand in hand. So it's super, super fun. And yes, in the comments, I have the Halloween auction coming up on the 30th of October. So I host auctions every 2 months. So this is Halloween theme. We've got a huge lineup. We've got 5 top badges. So that's going to be super, super fun as well. So anything that's entertainment or an event, I'm happy to come to. I'm happy to feature in. I'm willing to help anyone, assist anyone. Just give me a shout.
I love it. Why are people shouting from the hilltops, Smurfy for top badge? What do you think motivates them to yell that?
I think because I'm a nice person. I'm genuine, and I've always remained humble. I would be honored to represent the app as a top badge, but in the same hand, I think as a streamer, when we get to 5 million and 5,000, we underestimate how many people are qualified and deserving of top badge. So once you get past that,
can you auto reply that to my inbox? like I just want that snippet right now of you saying that.
We definitely do, and I think we get a little bit in our feelings about it, but once we come out the other side of that, we realize that, whilst that would be amazing, that's not why we do this. So if I get it, that would be wonderful to have the honor of representing the app. If I don't get it, we're still going to continue doing what we're doing. We're still going to have everything I've just talked about. I'm still going to support all my friends. I'm a big gifter on the app. You'll see me up there on the boards because I love supporting people. So yeah, it would be great, but I will continue doing what I'm doing either way.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a few people in here rooting for you, including myself, so we're wishing you the best.
Thank you.
If you have not, make sure that you're hitting the favorite on Smurfy right here. She has been our last guest on Suited Up on this fine Wednesday morning, night, depends on where you're at. Could be Thursday, who knows. Smurfy, lights are getting cut off. Thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. She was so fast. I looked down to put the water down. My name's Chris. Well. The first one was Chronic Chris. Thank you, Chronic Chris. We had next, after that, Daddy. And our third guest this evening was Smurfy, as you just saw. Now, if you're like, wow, I would love to hear this guy say the exact same questions, packaged slightly differently for probably the next 5 years. Well, you're in luck because we're already on 3 years of doing it. And I can almost guarantee that next week we're going to do the same thing. So if you want to see some of that, make sure that you hit the favorite button right here at the top. Would really appreciate you if you did. We'll have an especially big thank you to anyone who finds that Instagram, hits a follow on it. If you could say hi, maybe do a little I don't know, send me like a squiggle in the inbox, something like that. That'd be super cool. Really would appreciate that. One more time, got to shout out the gifters of this evening. We're going to go over the top 10 at this time. Coming in at 10 is Malcolm Extra. Thank you, Malcolm. In 9th, we had Smurfy for top badge. Smurfy for top badge. I'm going to go the distance and click your profile, and it says King Soka. He's like, only for Chris's show am I going to change it to Smurfy for top badge. I promise you, I don't pick it. Next, Idol. Thank you so much, Idol. Next, we had someone else, Smurfy. Miss Chocolate. Miss Chocolate's out here saying Smurfy for top badge. DJ Swift Hands coming in at 6. In 5, we had Mordred. In 4th, more Miserab. He's already doing his show. So if you're looking for some more great content, you can go ahead and check out more. He's on right now. Coming in 3rd, Miss Alien Eve. 2nd, DJ NorCal. And then 1st, for the 100th week, Gold Loves Music. Gold, thank you so much. Gold, I was in your stream. I'm totally losing my brain. We had a whole conversation about records in your house. Gold has a really cool house, everyone. Okay. Anyway, I've got my brain back. It's been a second. I forget a lot of things. I did pre-algebra like 4 or 5 times. Anyway, welcome and goodbye. Again, my name's Chris. I'll see you in the next episode. Make sure that you tune in Friday on the rundown. This Friday's rundown, special. And I will tell you if there's not something special ahead of time. But as far as I know right now, this Friday coming up, something very special is going to be announced. So until then, everyone, see you Friday, 4 p.m., 3 p.m., meet me, Scout, Plenty of Fish, Zeus, 4 p.m. if you're over on Kick as well. I'll see you later. Take care. Stream with respect.